Hello everybody, I didn't realise there would be anybody here this quickly. Hello Phil, Emma, hello Hannah, hello Caroline. It's nice to see you all here. I hope you're all happy to be here. Hi Simon, how are you doing my lovely? Well, tonight, to answer that question for you Caroline, we have the Crafters Companion Craft Club. Now, I know everybody has voted for... Hello, Sylv. Hello, Lynn. I know everybody has voted for the Memory album. And at the moment, I have been having a few difficulties personally, and I'm not in the place to be going ahead with that right now. But I will be in the next couple of weeks, probably next week. I'll get on to doing that. It's a lot to do for a stream, so I hope you guys forgive me that today. I'm just going to go ahead and do the Shimmer spray one. Hello Kirsty, hello Sarah, hello Lynn Morton. How are you, my lovelies? I hope you're all having a lovely day wherever you are. Hello Kim. Gosh, I wasn't expecting so many people to be here so quickly. Golly gosh. So yeah, we're going to go ahead with the Crafters Companion Craft Club, and we are doing the Shimmer sprays this evening. So I've taken everything out of the box, just so out the little packet, just so I've got it all ready. We're all too excited. You can't hold us back. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you, Sylv. Caroline, how's the hair? Oh, that's lovely. So I'm just going to quickly go through what you get in the box first. So in the Craft Club pack, you get the deep seashell pink shimmer spray. It actually looks quite orange under that light, but it's very red. You get the celestial map, and it's actually a slightly deeper blue. I think it's my ring light that's changing the colour on it, but you can certainly see all the sparkle in it. And you also get the gold dust, which is really nice actually, I think. But again, my light is affecting the colour on it a little bit. So, hi Betsy! Thank you for being here, lovely. I really appreciate it. Hello, Christine Mahoney. Wow, I'm watching around 6 a.m. in Melbourne. Jeez Louise. Wow, that's nearly, that's an 11-hour difference from me. Wow, you're up front in time. You also get the Spectrum Noir White Opaque pen. A lovely little tub of glitter paste, which, you know, everybody loves glitter paste. Some nice little, I think they're laser cut sentiments that say hello beautiful. Some crescent moons. This lovely die cut of I think it's Bambi's dad. If you want to say it's stag, not Stantler. It's a stag. Some nice watercolour paper tags. And a nice little stack of black cards. Some watercolour card. You get this lovely mandala stencil. I actually like that one quite a lot. A lovely little set of texture stamps and the fairy and some nice fairy, not ferry, because you know that's a ferry, not a boat. Hello Tracy, it's lovely to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, and Mitzi Williams, hello, thank you for being here. You and Tracy, I think, are new faces, so it's lovely to see you. Hello, Mike, it's nice to see you as well, mate. How are you doing? And then you've got this lovely texture stencil as well, which is really, really lovely, and one sheet of craft card. I don't know if there are some bits missing from this or not, but I think there might have been, because another set that I have has got a few little bits missing from it, but we've got the main bits. And also, because I'm a terrible human being and I can't just stick to what comes in a pack, I've bought down my metallic gilding polish in the Indian pink, because, you know, you've got to take a look at it. I mean, look at that. It's stunning. I wanted to use it because there was a fairy involved. And I've also brought down my other shimmer sprays that I have, which are the Call of the Sea from the Mermaid collection and the Dancing Green from the Spring Fairy collection. And also my white silver from the Bella Luna, because, you know, I just can't stick to one thing, can I? Hello, Sarah, the Lussick Sansat. I've done it again. I'm so sorry. Hello, Sarah, the Sussex Lancastrian. My God, I think I'm getting too old for all this, and I shouldn't be left alone to do a stream, should I? Hello, Aaron. How are you doing, my dears? Hello, Terry. I hope you're having a lovely evening. Oh my gosh. Woo. I'm getting a bit. So, I don't know where we're going to start. I think we're just going to start with a tag. We're just going to start with a nice little walk. We're going to start with a tag. I'm feeling starting with the tag. Oh, and also, in the case you get in the pack, you get the little book that gives you the instructions on what you can do, which is quite nice. So, because I really want to do a tag, and I'm a bit of a weirdo, let's move some of this bits out of the way, because we don't need all of it right now. I'm just going to keep down the stamps and the sprays. I'm just going to move the other bits off to the side, and we'll bring them in as we need them. Right, so to do this, I'm going to need my VersaFine Clair. So that's what I'm going to be doing all my stamping with, which is watercolour proof, which is what these are. These are essentially watercolours. So we're going to be doing all of our stamping with the VersaFine Clair. So just set that off to the side for a memento. And I think we're just going to start pulling out some techniques. Let's just do some techniques, guys. Have I got a blending sponge? Oh, we'll use... I can't remember. Brian. That's what Sheena said his name was. We should use Brian for this to do some nice stippling techniques. And I'm going to get down a paintbrush. And I really want to put down a bit of spray because we're going to be doing all sorts of different techniques tonight, darlings. So, before I do... what I'm going to do to start with is... I really want to just put a few drops of this down. I'm trying to be very careful. Oh, see, look. A few drops has turned into a big smushy mess. Can't help myself, can I? Oh. Oh, apparently that still had its... Well, we'll worry about that later. And I'm going to do the same with this. Hopefully, I'm not going to put down as much because I don't need that much. There we go. See, look, that was a bit better controlled, guys. I don't think you could see it having gone down. Hello, Crafty Stacey Lou. It's lovely to see you, my darling. I'm glad you got your card. Morton tattoo is still... Oh, your swollen still... your tattoo's still swollen. I'm sorry to hear that, Hannah. And it's lovely to have you all here. It's wonderful. Absolutely fantastic. So, what I'm actually going to do is... What was the technique that I actually wanted to do with this? So, what I'm going to do is just first... just going to prime... Where's me? I've got a spare piece of paper that I had here for... just spraying onto... I tested a few earlier on to make sure that they were working. So I'm just going to prime this and make sure that it's working. There we go. And I'm just going to hold it quite far back. And I'm going to hold it like it's a gun. And I'm just going to do that. So that's the first one I want to put down. That was the Deep Seashell Pink. And I've just done a little splattering, a very light splattering across the card there. You could just about see it when I lift it up. The sparkle's beautiful. And there we go. And I'm just going to do the same. Just going to tilt that way though. There we go. And I'm going to quickly clean up that mess I've made because it's gone a little bit too far. Right. And I'm just doing that just to give it a light background to start off with. Hi, Karen. Glad to catch you live, but I will be watching whilst I'm putting a card. You watch and put a card together, girl. You do what you got to do. I'm just so grateful you're here. I'm actually really grateful that everybody's here. Hello, Diane Hatch. It's lovely to see you. Thank you for being here, my lovely. So I'm just going to... I've had a quick clear. I'm going to use Brian to take up some of this water. Well, actually, probably all of that water. And I'm going to put some fresh down because I need Brian to be sufficiently wet. I shouldn't have said that. I need Brian to be suitable for using. I shouldn't have said. I know what's going to happen. You lot are going to run away with me having said said that. So I'm just going to take up a little bit of both of the colours onto Mr. Brian, and I'm just going to stipple it across where we've already been, and you can see that it gives it a lovely cloudy effect. Oh, it's oh gosh, it's Rhonda. Hello, Rhonda. Watching you on my phone and watching a fabric sale live on my Facebook. Oh, well, there you go. That was it. No, I'm not saying that word either, Sylv. I'm not saying that either. You're not tricking me with that one. So, what I'm going to do is just get my heat tool. Looks like a murder scene. It does not. I'm just going to quickly dry this, guys. Hopefully it won't take too long. I'm just going to dry it off from the back as well so the card doesn't curve too much. There we go. I think that should be sufficiently done. And then we're going to go in with some textures. Right, okay. And now what I'm going to do is, because I've got the lovely cloudy effect, I want to fill out the rest of it. So I'm just going to I need to get a bit more. And this is what happens when I don't put going to run that around and I'm just picking up a little bit of both colours on that brush. I'm just going to dip it into the water to make sure that it's going to so I don't need any more water than that. Let's just get back to picking up a little bit and a little bit. There we go, and I actually might just go down the middle as well, just so that it kind of blends in a little bit. But don't worry, I'm going to rebuild that that texture that I've put down underneath the cloudy texture. I'm going to rebuild that in just a second. So I'm just going to wash this paintbrush off because I don't want it getting all nasty sticky. So whilst I'm going to let that dry on its own for a moment, I shall catch up on some of what you guys have been saying. Must try harder. Ha ha, Sylv. You must try harder. No, I'm not saying that word either. How am I? I'm getting there at the moment. I know you guys have probably been keeping up on the Facebook group. I have had a few I've had a few personal things going on at the moment, and it's kind of zapped me a little bit, but I'm getting back to my normal self. So thank you for asking. I really appreciate that. Was hoping to get the van in the garage. Oh, bless. You got to get spark plugs fitted. That's what we call them here. No, I'm down to... oh, you're down south and working nights. That's not good. I don't like working nights anymore. Hi, Ords. You don't need to be worried about being late, girl. You are absolutely fine. Don't you dare worry about being late. So I'm just going to go back in with Brian, and I'm going to rebuild that texture. Pick up up a little bit more of that and just stipple that across as well. And then you see how well that's kind of coming out. I'm just going to give him a little clean because he's looking a bit sorry for himself these days, is Mr. Brian. Now that I've kind of launched in on with him with all sorts of different colours. And I'm going to try and keep those colours down actually so that I can use them for something else. I'm just going to give this another... I'm just going to move it out of the way so you guys don't have to hear the heat tools. Oh wow, that looks terrible. I'll move it off to the side. We're just going to dry that off. So terrible. I can't believe how bad that looked. That looked absolutely terrible. I know, Caroline, I know. I fixed it. I fixed it, and I'm going to move that blooming camera as well, because that is too far out. That should be focused on there. So bad. Right, so there we go, guys. So we've got this lovely, like, ethereal texture, and then I've just kind of backed it up by doing the same cut, you know, the same colour. It looks like a, like I said, kind of like a really, like, starry night type thing, and the sparkle on that is just absolutely amazing. Oh, I'm in Liverpool. It's a diesel van, so glow plugs. Oh, okay. Okay, sorry, I didn't realise that. Brian's been to a rainbow party. I'm not saying that word either, Hannah. You could try as you might to get me to say naughty words. I've not had enough chocolate for that. Mary Pat, don't you worry about being late. Nobody needs to worry about being late. I'm just really grateful that you're all here. I am so grateful that you're all here. So no need to apologise for anything, guys, at all. Right, let's have a look, because I really want to kind of... It's a shame I haven't got my scanning cut out, because I could have stamped that out and then had it as a raised part, but... Right. Actually, well, I don't know. Shall I? Should I? I'm thinking. Right, I'm going to grab... Uh-oh, that's not good. Come on now, be careful, be careful. So I'm just getting a fresh blending brush. And I'm going to get a little bit of glycerin because I want to see what this does. I only just thought about it, really. So I'm going to use the stencil to do a bit of texturing. And I don't know exactly how I want to place that stencil across. Actually... I think that will look quite good. So, where's me? Ah, there it is. There's my blending brush. So I'm just going to pick up the glycerin onto the blending brush. And I'm going to pick up some of the... And we're going to see what happens, guys, because... that's what we're all about. Let's just pick it up and see what happens. It leaves quite a nice little quite a nice little... Oh dear. Right, maybe I shouldn't have had the breakfast orange drink that I just decided was a good idea to have. But I think that adds quite a nice little layer to the whole etherealness of it there. I'm just going to clean that up quickly because we don't want that hanging around. It does work all right. The glycerin does work okay, but I don't think I needed quite so much because that really thinned the spray out. So next time, if you do want to try it with glycerin, guys, just try a little bit instead of a lot. You've learnt something new from me. Gaz, have you got the March Tonic kit? Which one is that? Is that the shell bag? Because I have that on the way. I've got the shell bag, and I ordered 2 other ones as well that are on the way. I don't know where they are. Apparently they're with Royal No way. Sorry, I've just seen how many people are watching. Wow. Sorry, I do apologise, guys. I'll get back to working. I'm just going to dry this off quickly. And then we're going to bring in the texture stamps. Now, I don't know if you guys know or not, but if your card buckles, just heat it from the opposite side and it will level it out. Any suggestions what I can get in the NEC? What's a must-have in the craft world? You're going to the NEC? Oh my gosh, you're so lucky. How do you get the Gemini Club kit? At the moment, they've got spares that are for sale in the actual physical stores, Emma. Evesham and Chesterfield have got some. Or you had to sign up on QVC, I'm afraid. But the next run of that, I think, is coming up next month or something. But to be honest, I think, you know, everyone pretty much has what comes in these club kits anyway, unless you're completely new. Then I would suggest you get the club kits, because they are a brilliant starting point. Right, so we've got that thus far. I'm just going to try and gently bend that out a bit. Now, what I really want to do, because I'm a terrible person, well, I'm not really terrible, I just like using everything that I've got lying around, guys. So I made this mask set with some mylar and a die cut, like just a circle nesting die cut and a piece of mylar, just literally. And I think I really want to use it on this tag. So what I'm going to do is I've got some repositionable adhesive. I know this isn't stuff that comes in the kit, guys, but you can even make one of these with a bit of acetate. If you've got some acetate lying around, you don't have to use mylar. And I'm just going to use my mask, because I don't want this to stick too harshly to it, or otherwise it will never come back off. So I just dabbed it with the... I'm just going to use that. And I'm sure you guys have loads of ink pads lying around at home. So I'm going to use a little bit of my Uncharted Mariner, which is a distress ink. And I've still got a little bit of my glycerin there, as you can see. So all I'm going to do is just mark down a little bit of my Uncharted Mariner, pick up the glycerin that's still left, and I'm just going to pick up the Uncharted Mariner, and I'm going to just blend around the top and the bottom there. So I'm just going to pick up what I haven't used off of there. Oh my gosh, I love that. And just because I want it to have that edge, what I'm going to do before I remove is I'm going to go in with one of my fine liners, and I'm just going to follow the edge of the circle with my fine liner, so it gives a lovely edging, so you can see where it's... There we go. And it gives it that bit of definition, so you can see it kind of... How pretty is that, guys? I mean, look at that. Isn't that stunning? Oh gosh. I'm really happy with how that's come out. That is brilliant. Wow. That's so cool. And you can do that with acetate, guys. All you need is a circle nesting die and a bit of acetate, and you can just make one of those yourself. There we go. So we've got that. That's the base so far. I know I've deviated from a few bits, but hopefully it's all kind of stuff that you guys should just have lying around in your craft room. Thank you, Caroline. I think it looks brilliant. I'm such a child when it comes to things like this. When I try something and it works, I'm just like, oh my god! Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the outer side of my stencil, and I'm just going to spray a little bit of repositionable adhesive on the bits where it's going to hold. And again, I'm just going to de-tack it because I don't want it to be holding too strong that it ruins what I've already done. And then all I'm going to do is line that up at the top there and get it to stick down, and I'm going to do the same at the bottom. And there we go. And just to help it sit, where is my... I'm going to use some of my low tack tape. There it is. Just so that it's not dancing around the... whilst I'm trying to do stuff to it. Just to hold it down onto my glass mat. Right. Now I'm going to go in with my texture stamps. Now the good thing with this is if it doesn't come out perfectly, it doesn't really matter, because it all adds to the effect of what you're doing. So I'm just grabbing a rocker block. Normally I would do this kind of thing in my stamping platform, but for this I don't really need to. And I'm just going to ink that up. And I'm just going to go in a little bit up on the side and across, and then I'm just going to kind of do it as a second or third generation stamp as well, just so that it kind of doesn't look like it's freshly stamped. I want that kind of distressed look with that one. I'm just going to give that a quick clean. Let's give that a quick clean and pop it back in. And I'm going to take out the other texture stamp that we have as well, which is this lovely kind of crosshatch. You'll see it when it goes down. It's just a bit of a one to kind of see. Rocker block. No, not rocker blocks. Well, unfortunately. Thank you, Mary Pat, for saying it's gorgeous. I really appreciate that. Rocker block, he's gone to the dark side. Well, you know, sometimes you just have to, don't you? I'm going to angle that, actually. I want that to kind of angle off there. And I'm going to do it a little bit up there as well. Just to kind of, I'm just going to, should give it quite a nice little texture up there. I'm not going to bother putting any more of that down. And now we're going to go in with our lovely fairy. Now this I am going to do on that. Oh, actually, yeah, that actually looks alright, doesn't it? Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I like that. There we go, guys. So that's it thus far. I think it looks really pretty. And actually, before we go in, I might, because I want a little bit of extra something down here. So if I quickly clean that off and bring it back in. And let's just wipe off the glass mat as well, because I don't want to be transferring. Let's bring that back in quickly, because I don't want that. When I'm just going to run the stencil with a really light, because I want, it just doesn't seem like there's enough texture down there for my liking. Maybe if I go with that, but up that way and there. This is the great thing about this, is it's so difficult to try and figure out how you want things to go and exactly, and then get them to actually sit where you need them to. So if we go back in with our blending tool and some of the spray, I just want to get that to kind of come up a little bit stronger. Yeah, that gives it a bit more of a stronger texture down in the bottom corner there. So I'll take that out. And there you go, guys. You can see there's a little bit more of a stronger texture. Love the colours. Oh, thank you so much, Sarah. I really appreciate that. Thank you very, very kindly. I know I haven't really exactly stuck to what's just in the kit, but, you know, a lot of the stuff you should just kind of have milling about your craft room if you're as a serious crafter as me. Which I think a lot of people are. I hope. Or otherwise I just look terrible. Right, I'm just going to quickly pop that there so that holds up. I'm going to push that off. There we go. I'm going to set that on there so it's facing me. And hopefully we can get it to stick down onto the mat, which would be great. And we're going to put our little fairy up there. And oh, you're going to love this. I think I'm going to do it. Shall I do it? So I'm just going to prepare the stamp with a little bit of spray, because you're going to see what I'm going to do. You guys are going to probably freak. Right. I'm coming in with my metallic gilding polish in the pink, and in the Indian pink, and I mean, this is just going to be nuts. And I'm just going to stipple that across the stamp. And I'm just going to get my press tool. And then I'm going to go straight over the top. Just going to give that a quick clean first before I do, because I don't want to go mixing anything up with my ink pad when I put it on. Where is my spray? There's my spray. Now you won't actually, unfortunately, see the colour directly because it's the same colour of, oh, sugar. I shouldn't have peeled that off. But it's okay, because I can line it back up. It's not going to be perfect, but then I kind of do want it to be a drop shadow anyway, so it should. Right, that's not as far along as it should be. Just trying to just a little bit more off there. I don't think it's going to be perfect, but then I don't really want it to be perfect. And there she is, hopefully. There we go. And now I'm going to go over, I'm going to re-go over the top of her with, well, for goodness sake, let's just clear that off. Reline her up. She will look pretty, I promise. And I'm just going to do the same as what I did the first time. So I'm going to give the stamp a little spray. I'm going to come back in with my gilding wax. Just going to get a little bit more up there, off of there. Because I want it to be right. I want you guys to see the pearlescent effect. Terry Ann, I use an an espresso tamper for stamping presser. Oh, okay. This is one that I made myself from a candle lid. Oh, look at that! Oh my god! Look, guys. And look, when you tilt it, it looks like she's flying. Oh my god! How cool! Oh my god, when you tilt it, the sparkle from where it offset makes it look like her wings are flapping. Yes! That is so cool. Oh my gosh, I've never had that effect happen before, guys. So you've seen it here first. You've seen it here first. Oh my gosh, I love that. I absolutely adore that so much. It just literally looks like her wings are flapping. That's so cool. Well, thank you very much for saying it's beautiful, guys. I'm just going to do the final thing for this one, and that is I'm just going to do a little sentiment for it, and I'm going to do that on a separate piece of card. I will calm down. I got a little bit overexcited by that. I did get just a smidgen bit overexcited. I mean, it does literally, when you move it, it just looks like she's kind of flying. It looks like her wings are flapping. Or at least I think it does anyway. It's just so cool. It's great. It's so great. I am such a massive kid. Oh my gosh, I think that's the biggest hit of endorphins I've had all week. So, right, let's get back to behaving ourselves, shall we? Well, I shall get back to behaving myself. I've just got a little scrap of card out. And I think that's going to be big enough to do my sentiment on. I'm just going to grab my paper trimmer. And I'm going to cut this down to... Let's get that down to 2 and... Well, let's just level it up so it's even. Because I don't want to try and give proper guessing without. So if we trim it to 2.5 by 1.5, then we've got a nice. That is quite big though, so let's take that actually down to 1.25 because I don't think it needs to be 1.5 wide. So it is 2.5 long and 1.5 wide. I think that should be absolutely plenty. Actually, I'm going to take that down to 2.25. It doesn't need to be 2.5. That sentiment will be, yeah, that'll fit perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. And then just to tie it into the top, I'm going to bring back down my Uncharted Mariner ink again. And I'm going to pop a little bit down on the plate again. I think there's still a little bit of that glycerin left. If there isn't, it's going to be in there. And I'm just going to literally go over the entire thing with a bit of that. And because there's residual sparkle on the desk, thinks it's picked up some of the sparkle. We like excitable Gaz. It has. Oh, thank you. You're allowed to be excited. You did an awesome job. Oh, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you saying that. I do get really excitable about these things. That is a technique I've never had happen before, so it's kind of like amazing. Right. So. Yeah, we're going to put that there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to raise it up as well so it's a little bit higher. That just looks... I can't get over how cool that looks. I can't. I might do one day. What sentiment should we go with? We've got Over the moon for you, shine bright. Oh, we're going to have to go with leave a little sparkle, aren't we? We are going to have to go with leave a little sparkle. So let's quickly bring back in the stamping platform. Open that up. I'm just going to put that in roughly the middle-ish. I'm going to put that there. And because I cannot resist heat embossing, I can't resist a bit of heat embossing. If you guys know me, you know I love a bit of heat embossing. Which means before that comes out, I need to get that down and open and pop that out. Come on, out you come, love. And what I'm going to use on this is a little bit of my Distress Embossing Glaze in Kitsch Flamingo. Let's just give that another go over. And I'm going to get my twisty tweezers that open the wrong way so that it will hold on to it. And I'm just going to put all that excess back into the tub. Now, you don't necessarily have to use Distress Embossing Glaze. You can use any embossing glaze that you've got lying around, or any embossing powder. You don't have to copy exactly what I've done. You could do whatever you like and it'll look as gorgeous. And I'm holding it off to the side. There's no naughtiness going here. I should have gone with the clear. Well, that's a lesson for me. If you're going to use black ink, it's always going to come out black, no matter what colour you use. That's today's lesson. I should have gone for the clear embossing. But, you know, it is what it is. It doesn't matter. And just because I do actually want to add a bit of extra sparkle to it, I'm going to pick up what's left of those colours off of the glass mat. And I'm just going to run it over. So it gives it a little bit of extra sparkle. It's not a lot, but it's a little bit. And we might as well use up those colours. So what I'm thinking is I need to gulp, fussy cut a little bit. So I'm just going to cut that down. Because I was thinking it's a little bit too big. And I don't want to ruin it too much, but I'm thinking that looks lovely. Just because I want to give it a little bit of dimension, I'm going to get some of my little foam pads out, my little wickle foam pads. I don't want it to be sticking out too much. And there we go, get those backings off. And I'm just going to pop that there. Oh, up the right way would be a good thing as well, wouldn't it? And there we go, guys. There we have a fairy in flight. Still can't get over how those wings look. We have a fairy in flight tag with a lovely leave a little sparkle. So cool. I love it. I absolutely love it. Right. So before we go into the next technique, I'm just going to clean up the side a little bit. Give it a little spray on. Just because I don't want to be carrying on to the next project with anything. And actually, before we do move on to the next project, does anybody have any questions about what I've done so far, or anything that you'd like to, anything that you guys might want to see specifically whilst I'm quickly doing a quick clean and put away of things. If there's anything I can do to help, I am more than happy to. Oh, and I also might as well take this time to say, if you're not already subscribed, please do, because you get to see all of this madness on a regular basis. If you press the bell and select all notifications, you'll know whenever I put out a video or I go live. Because I have started doing a few little videos, and I plan on picking that back up and doing some more videos as well. You can join me on my Facebook group, which you can access via handcraftedbygaz.co.uk. And if you have any questions for me whilst I'm not live, you can email me at handcraftedbygaz.co.uk. And I will do everything I can to get back to you as quickly as possible. Let's just quickly pop that back on there, because we don't want to go losing things. And there we go, that's that one. Can the next one be a furry fairy on a ferry? No! It cannot be. You guys are so naughty. Any tips for your stamping platform? I couldn't get my Tim Holtz to work it properly and gave it away, and they gave it back to me. Right, okay, yeah, I can give you some tips on that. Now, I know this comes with a little bit of a foam underside, as you can see. What I like to do is get something that's a bit solid. So I've got an 8x8 cutting mat that I just like to put under it, because it gives it an extra bit of resistance when you're stamping. And I found since I've been doing that, my stamping platform works perfectly. Also, I would advise you to get a pressure tool. No matter which one it is, you want to make sure it's got a felt bottom to it, and that will help you with getting a good impression as well of your stamps. So something a little bit extra solid underneath it, and a stamping press really, and you're well away. I've not had any, I mean, you guys have seen me stamp with it loads, and it works absolutely fine with those. Caroline what? Sell them? I can't see that. Caroline Size sells them. Oh, okay. I'm probably reading that wrong. There's a love heart in the way of it. I'm just going to have a quick bit of me drink. Yeah, all you need is just a little bit of extra resistance and it works perfectly fine. I found I had the same problem when I first got it, but I could tell you that stamping platform is much better than the one that I had from Crafter's Companion, because I got very angry with that very quickly and it left very quickly. Right, so let's do another technique, shall we, guys? Shall we have a look for another technique? I'm really loving doing this. You know what? I really want to make... Boom. We're going to go with that. How did they do that? Oh, draw around it onto black card and cut it out. What do they think I am? I'm no good at fussy cutting. What do these people think I am? Right. I want to make a nice background. You know what? I'm just going to do a nice background with it. So I'm going to bring in some of my other colours as well, I think. I think we're going to use a little bit of the Call of the Sea, Celestial Map, and Deep Seashell Pink. I'm really going to end up saying some terrible things if I'm not careful. Right. And hopefully this time, he says, I can just get out a tiny little... Why is it that one does not want to do a tiny little drop? That one just wants... She's like, I'm out, I'm going everywhere, you can't stop me. But the other ones, I hope. See, look, that one was really controlled. It did go via the window, Lynn Morton. How did you guess? A solid bottom, yes. I am a keen promoter of a solid bottom. There we go. And I'm just going to use Brian again. Where's Brian gone? Is he trying to go on holiday? Oh, that's it, guys. Brian's gone. He's had enough. He's done. He hasn't really. He's just hiding from me. Right. And I really want to do a nice, like, kind of technique with this one as well. So, what we're going to do... Yeah, let's do that. So I'm just going to do some of the gold dust in the shimmer ink. I think I primed this earlier on. I don't think I did prime it earlier on, actually. I'm just going to prime it. No, I didn't. There we go, that's that primed. And all I'm going to do is just do a little... There we go. So you can see there, guys, I've just gone on with some little splotches. And I'm just going to clean up the mucky mess. What I really should have out is my spray booth. Shall we get the spray booth out? Because I did spend a long time making it, didn't I? So we might as well actually use it. Let's put those things out of the way. There we go. I don't. If you guys didn't see me make this, I actually made it on a video for Sheena. It's on her Inkettes group, and it's also on my YouTube channel. I've never seen a solid bottom in years. Well, really, you want to have a better look at things, Lynn. I'm just going to re-prepare Brian with some spray. He's now fully prepared. And I'm just going to pick up a little bit of the sea. And I'm just going to dabble it along like that. I'm going to clean that off because we don't want to contaminate colours. And respray. Have you named your spray booth? I think when I spoke to Sheena, we said that it was going to be the Bella Luna Sprayer Boother. Right, and now I'm going to go in with a little bit of the... Well, what's that called again? It's map. Something map, isn't it? Celestial map? And I'm just going to quickly clean that off of the Brian brush as well. No, I'm not saying that word, Simon. I'm in the north. Mine would be called Vera. Oh yeah, well, actually that's not a bad idea. The Vera the Bella Luna spray booth. It's got a ring to it, hasn't it? Kind of. And just for a bit of extra texture, I'm just going to dab that dry. There we go. And I'm going to go in with this lovely seashell pink. I like that a lot. Let's just clean that sponge off. Gaz, you should call it in Betty in memory of the house of Betty Boothroyd. That's Betty the Boothroyd spray booth. Oh my gosh. That is a thing, isn't it? Right, I'm going to move the spray booth out of the way because we're done with her for the moment. Thanks, Bet. No, I can't call it... Well, we can call it that, can't we? We can. Why not? And I'm just going to tap it dry. I mean, even though I did a similar technique on the tag, it actually gives a really, really different effect. It kind of looks a bit like a... oh, what's the name of it? It looks a bit like a nebula. That's the one. That's where I was going for. That's where I was aiming, he says. Right. Now, where is that? See, this is what I get, guys. I put things safely to the side, thinking, oh, yep, I'm going to use that in a bit. Don't you worry, it's safe, it's fine, it's perfect. And what have I done? I've misplaced it. Oh my golly gosh, I cannot help myself. And I hope all you guys stick around, actually, because there is something I'm going to announce at the end of the stream. I think you all might like the idea of it. I'll call it Ryan the what? Sorry, I didn't catch that. Right. So I'm going to. It says just to draw around on a piece of black card, but I'm not going to do that because I am excessively lazy. Well, not excessively lazy, but I don't want to do it. Where is it? Black soot. There we go. So I'm just going to use my ink that I've got. I'm going to use my black soot ink pad, and I'm going to use a little bit of glycerin again. Just a smidgy bit this time, though. Just a smidgy bit, because we don't need a lot for this one. So I'm just going to pick that up, and I'm going to lay my black soot ink down and pick it up with my. And actually, I think it gives this moon a bit of a. And because I don't know which side I'm actually going to use, I'm going to do both sides. Just you wait and see what I'm. See now. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a drop shadow on the moon, really, so it looks like it's got a. I'm just going to do a bit of a drop shadow, so you can see a little bit of the moon, like that. Or actually, no, I'm going to do it on the I'm going to do it on the outer side because I think it looks much better on the outer side. So we're going to do it like that. We're going to do it like that. I think it looks much better like that. Right, then put that to the side, and then what I'm going to do is put that away because that would be a good start. Well, because otherwise I end up losing ink pads, and I don't need that kind of negativity in my life. I'm so naughty. Right, and then on this moon, what I was planning on doing, oh, I don't know, because I really want to go over it with this. You know what, we're going to do it. I'm going to go over it with some of the gilding polish. But I'm not going to give it a really heavy covering. It's just a light covering, so it kind of gives it a bit of an effect. And then, don't think I'm going to stop there. Don't you dare think I'm going to stop there. Because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in with my Bella Luna white silver spray. And I don't think I primed this one either because I had to change the nozzle on it because it broke. And I'm just going to get Brenda. We're going to get the spray booth back, guys. Get the spray booth back because it's just too much otherwise. And I'm just going to. Now, I went overboard with that. You don't have to. Quite realise how powerful that nozzle is. So, whoopsie doodles. But what we've got, because of that, is this lovely crescent moon. Don't know if you guys can actually see. I think the light's just a little bit too bright, but you can see the pinky, shimmery, moony type thing. I really like that. I really like how that effect's come out. So I'm just going to dry that. Come on, flatten down. I wish you guys could actually see the effect that it's given because it looks really, really cool. There you go, you can see it just there, I think. So it's kind of got like the pinky the pinky silvery. You can only just about see it. That's the thing of it. That's button moon, not butter. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, I'm just going to go over the back of this with some of my dotty tapes. My dotty runner. Mostly because it's going to help me stick it nicely. And there we go. And now it's got that lovely little drop shadowy, moony type. And I'm going to give that some dimension with a few foam pads. Because we only need a few. And there's one that just pulled its backing off, so I'm going to use that. And I know I'm going to be... Neil Armstrong was the first butt on the... Oh, goodness me. Oh, goodness me. Alright, so I'm just going to put that on there like so. Just clear those little bits off because we don't need them floating about, do we? And, oh, let's see. Let's get down a card blank and then I'll look at... I do apologise about the drinking, guys. It just helps keep me going. To be dreadfully honest. Right. Because I'm kind of done with those now, I'm just going to swipe those. I'm just going to clean those up. Normally I would have put it onto something else, but it's not. I'm just going to grab a card blank down. And that one is perfectly sized for it, which I don't want. I want it to be a bit bigger. Which I believe I should have some floating around here somewhere. Oh, I'll deal with the card blank later. We'll just make it nice and pretty first. Right. I'm going to stamp the fairy this time, and then I'm going to fussy cut it. My gosh, what am I letting myself in for? So we're going to stamp Miss Fairy. It does help if you get the stamping platform ready first, Gareth. Then after this we're going to do a watercolour technique, which I think will look really, really pretty. And we'll do some misting with it as well, if I've got enough water left. Right, let's just pop that there. Can't believe I'm going to fussy cut this fairy. What? I did say fairy, didn't I? I didn't say ferry. What have I done with her? Oh, there she is. She's hiding. Little madam. There we go. There she is in all her fairy glory. Let's just ink her up. There we go. And just like I said to Terry earlier on, we're going to put that little mat under there just to bolster it up. Make sure I get that sticky mat held down. And what have I done with my... There we go, there's my stamping tool. And there we go. She's perfect. Actually, she could just do with a little bit of extra ink on her body, because I want that to be a bold. I want that to be bold. There we go, that's a bit better. That's our lovely fairy all nicely stamped out. And this is where I wish I had my scan and cut set up. Because I could have just ran her straight through the scan and cut and it wouldn't have been a problem. But now I've got to fussy cut it. And this could end up being trouble, guys, because I'm not great at fussy cutting. Let's just clean her up. There we go. She's nice and clean, ready to go back onto her little home. There we go, put that there. Bring that back over. Right, so I'm going to cut as much as I can away first, guys, before I getting super duper close to fussy cut, because I just don't need the kind of hassle in my life of a massive piece of card whilst I'm trying to fussy cut. That's fantastic. Now I can use it instead of chasing around the feet from the CC platform. Yes, that's another reason why I didn't want to go with the CC platform. It does leave, unfortunately, a lot to be desired when it comes to you know, I'm not. This is where I can also go into a fussy cutting coma. So I hope you guys are all right with that, because I like to be I'm just going to go back in there a little bit more. I'm not excessively good at fussy cutting, guys, so I'm sure you are probably a lot more proficient at it than I am. To be dreadfully honest, it terrifies me. And also I'm left-handed, so that really does not help. I'm sure if I was right-handed I would probably be a little bit more proficient, but unfortunately I am as I am. Ooh, that was close. I almost chopped her face off. I hate fussy cutting, yes. Fussy cutting is no. It's not a fun one for me. I'll have to try that with something underneath. I have trouble with mine too. Oh, well, I'm glad that I've managed to help you guys with your stamping platforms. I mean, it took me a little while to figure that out. I was sat here cursing it for a month when I first got it, because I was like, you were meant to be better. This may not look as lovely as it once did, because obviously I'm touching it everywhere to fussy cut it. So I'm just hoping that I'm not going to cut her arm off. There we go. Huzzah, I didn't cut her arm off. I'm kind of leaving a little bit of a shadow around her as well, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over it with some of the sprays, so that when I put it onto the card it'll all blend in and it won't look too silly. I can't believe this. For someone who doesn't fussy cut, I'm sure doing fussy cutting. Right, let's just trim that up a bit, because that's a little bit too long. Did I not trim that bit off? That looks really skanky. I can't have that hanging about on there. Let's just snip it from the other end. That should get rid of it. And it did. There we go. She's not wonderfully fussy cutted, but she's fussy cutted enough for me to put her down. I'm just going to get rid of this little bit of rubbish very quickly. And what I'm going to do is actually, is that still got anything left on it? Or is it dried? Oh, it's still got a little bit left on it. Now I'm going to go around the outer white bits with it and just over her middle, just to tone down the starkness of the white card. But what I'm going to do with her wings is something that's going to be really pretty. So all I'm going to do is just take out a little bit of the gold. He says a little bit, and then most of it flows out. And I'm just gonna paint her wings in gold because I think they look really pretty with the white on the. Oh no! What have I done to that paintbrush? Never mind. Try and get a bit more of that actual gold pigment on there because I want her wings to look really pretty. And there we go, guys. She's got really pretty wings. Let's just clean that paintbrush off because I don't know quite what's happened here. It's not behaving as it normally does, that's for sure. So there we go. Quickly just respin that back to the point that it had. There we go. Ta-da! My wings actually look really pretty. And normally, again, I would use that up, but I'm just going to get rid of it off the glass mat for now. So she's ready to go on onto the main card. And I think I'm just going to use a couple of sticky pads for that too, because I'd like her to stand out. Next time I'm actually going to get my scan and cut involved on the next live stream. So what I can do, let's just chop that in half because I don't need a whole one. So I just want to make sure that her leg doesn't disappear off anywhere. And then I'll use that other half in the back part of her wing as well, because we don't want it just to be flopsy popsy. And I am going to use my pokey tool to take the backs off these ones. Yeah, I think on my next live I'm actually going to do some scan and cut stuff, because, you know, there's no point in having the machine if I'm not going to use it, right? And we can bring a few things together. But I am finding that my mixed media streams are doing a lot better than most of the other things that I'm putting out. So maybe you guys like my mixed media. So if you do like my mixed media, I can just start putting some more mixed media stuff out there for you all to enjoy. And you know what? I really think that white is a little bit too white. So I'm going to bring in my picked raspberry oxide. Oh, it does help if I take the other. Oh, dearie me. Right. I'm just going to take a little bit of that off. I'm just going to run around the edge with the picked raspberry. everything that's kind of come off as we're going round. There we go. I think that just gives it a nice little... This light is so glaring. Maybe I should have got a separate light instead of having the camera with it built in. Yes, they love the mixed media. She needs to stand out. Yes, she does. She's a queen. She deserves to be standing out. Oh, hello, Dora Dog. Yes, she was a bit vocal there, wasn't she? Was darling Dora Dogs. She did have a moment. She likes everyone to know she's around. This darling Dora's. Right. So, I think we're going to have to do a little sentiment on this one as well. But I'm going to put it on a bit of... Because I want it to stand out, you know? I don't want it just to... I'm just going to see if I can find a piece of black card that's got enough... No, that one's not going to be big enough, is it? We're going to have to go with one of those, aren't we? Yes, we are. So I'm just going to measure that. So that is 4 by 6. So I need a 12 by 8 piece of card if I'm going to make a card blank for it. Right. So I'm just going to make a backing for it, which is going to be 5 3/4. 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. 3 3/4. Oh no. I chopped that down. I should have gone with 6 1/4 because I'm going out, not in. Silly boy. Silly boy. Glad I didn't go too far with that one. So, right. Let's do this correctly this time. So 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. Oh, golly gosh. I am seriously getting so... I'm getting so silly with this in my older age, I swear. Like, that can stand with having another quarter taken off of it, can't it? So... Not so much of a quarter as a little smidgen. Just so that, there we go, it lines up a little bit better when I put it on. That's perfection. Perfection, people. Right, and because it's watercolour cardstock, I'm going to go in with a bit of my collal. And plus it gives me that extra little bit of wibbly time to line it up so it looks precise. And you see there, I don't know if it actually enhances the pink around the bottom edging, but you can in person you can really see how that pink around the outer edge there really makes it look older age. You're still a wee pup still, sweetheart. I've been through so many lifetimes already, and I'm only 37. I feel like I'm Doctor Who some days, girl. I think some people are a little unsure where to start with mixed media. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I'm guessing it must come semi-naturally to me. I suppose. I don't know, but I think everyone's just scared of the word mixed media. Hello, Olga. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad you've got time to play with your crafting stuff. I think everyone's just scared of the words mixed media, when all you're doing is you're just taking various different things and you're putting them together in the same way that you would normally do anything else. But because someone's put different words on it, everyone kind of goes, oh, my God, I can't do that. But you can. And that's what I'm here to show you, is that you can. I think it's brilliant. I think everybody should be doing this. I think everybody should be doing things like this. And I mean, look at it. It's so cool. It's so cool. I absolutely love it. I love it. And I think everyone else should. And if you do know anyone who is not on the live, I would suggest you get them on here, because at the end of this live I'm going to be announcing a little something. And I think some of you might be interested in it. So if you do know people that aren't here and they might want to be involved, I suggest you give them a shout and tell them you need to get on Gaz's stream. Right. I am going to go with that lovely over the moon for you sentiment. And again, I might end up actually fussy cutting this one. So I'm going to go in with my watermark on this one, because we're going to heat emboss this with some white embossing powder. If I can remember where I've put it. This is what happens, guys. It's like literally I start doing a live like this and everything that I think, oh yeah, I'm going to need that. I've got it there. Yeah, it's there, it's there, it's there. And then I start crafting and everything just goes boom. Like a bomb's gone off. So I just need to do a quick little tidy. And then we will get back to actual crafting. I'm going to have a quick drink. Lovely. And the white embossing powder is right there. Marvellous. Right. Yes, it's an ooh. It's an ooh. It is an ooh. It is definitely an ooh. It is definitely an ooh. Because I may or may not be giving away a little something, and it's not going to be a card. I can promise you that. It's not going to be a card. It was something I did in my silliness when I was shopping, and I think that's one of you guys should benefit from it, because you support me all so nicely and so well. Is it you're coming out live on stream? No, everybody knows already, Aaron. People don't need to be told. They already know. Jeez Louise. My good coming out stream. Jeez. As if people don't already know. Hello, Stephanie. Thank you for popping in, lovely. How are you doing? It's lovely to see you here. Let's just give that another... Now, I don't know about you guys. This happens to me sometimes. Is I get heat embossing powder that sticks where I don't want it. So I just go in with a little fluffy brush and I just very gently tap it away. And sometimes that doesn't work. Because sometimes I slip and take too much off. Like that time. And I put the lid back on that powder. So, yeah. I just made a massive mess. Welcome to being live with Gaz. I hope you're all having a fabulous time. And this is what not to do with your embossing powder. Oh my gosh. So I hope you've all learnt from that lesson that I purposefully did, so I could all teach you that you shouldn't put the lid on your embossing powder before you're done. I did that 100% on purpose. I totally did that with the intention of doing it. And now I've lost the lid for the powder. No, I haven't really. Something rolled off. I don't know quite what. Or where it went, actually. So hopefully it's not something I was intending on using. Right. And I've just swiped that, haven't I? So I think I need to calm down a little bit, guys. Just a little bit. I've gotten a little bit overexcited and things are going a little bit naughty. So I better behave, eh? And there we go, we've got a lovely little sentiment which I am going to fussy cut. And let's hope I don't make a mockery of this. Just snip away. Apparently, it would seem, I'm a little bit better at fussy cutting sentiments than I am at fussy cutting actual things. Now, this is what not to do, is get overexcited and then end up making a mess of it all. But there we go, we've got our lovely little sentiment, which I'm also going to pop up on some foam pads because I want it to look dimensional and pretty. Hello, I'm sorry, keep forgetting to say hello. It's now about 5 to 8. Woo! I've been going for a while. Gaz, I think you need smaller fussy cutting scissors. Yes, I do have smaller fussy cutting scissors with the huge handles. These are Tim Holtz. But the only problem I have is that I'm not... Oh, actually, have I improved? Oh, well, that was a little bit better than what... Okay. Well, there we go. That's a little bit better. Oh, I should pop that just on there. But those are also very good scissors, and they're lefty because I'm a left-handy. Just like my cutting mat is lefty because I'm a left-handy. They like to label it lefty so that you know you're left-handed, just in case you didn't. In case you didn't know, that is that you're left-handed. Or if you wanted everybody else to know that you're left-handed. Did you guys know that I'm left-handed? I just thought I'd let you know. I need to calm down. I've not even had oh, I know what I've had. I've had the orange drink. Oh dear. This could get bad. Oops. I love chatting with you in real time. It's amazing. All over the world we can communicate. Yeah, I think it's brilliant. Yes, they do have the serrated edge, Lynn. Those ones do. I use the smaller ones. Love that they are perforated. Yes, they are perforated. I'm just going to put those back there. I'm going to wipe that off there. Let's pop that back because we're done with her for now and we're done with you for now. So let's just pop you on there. We'll deal with you in a bit. And quickly wipe that bit down. And there we have it. we've got a lovely card that's ready. How is the orange sneak? It's making me hyperactive. That's what it's doing. Lol, lefties seem to have a harder time with fussy cutting. Yes, we do. We have a hard time with a lot of things, but we are left-handed. So far, guys, what we've done this evening I know because there's a couple of people jumping in and out. I can see that a few are jumping in and out. It's not that we've got hundreds and thousands of new people, by the way, guys. It's only just a couple. So just to do a quick overview of what we've made already, we've made this lovely, what I'd like to say, it's kind of clean and simple, isn't it? Except it's got a lot of sparkle on it, and I really, really love it. So that's going to make a lovely card for somebody. And then we've also made this tag, which when you move it, it looks like she's in flight, which I think is just absolutely fantastic. And it's covered in so much sparkly stuff, you couldn't shake a stick at it. So those are what we made so far tonight, guys. I'm just going to have a look, see if there's any other techniques I really want to kind of... yes, watercolouring. Let's do watercolouring. So, what I'm going to do. Nice piece of watercolour card. We're going to get down the big boy brush again. Big boy brush. And then... Actually... Should we use one of those? Should we use one of those and make a nice little focal point of it? I think that would be nice, don't you? Yeah. Right, so I'm just going to get my paper trimmer out. I know it's the right width, so that's 4x4. So I just need to trim that down to a 4x4 square. And we'll make a nice little card out of it. Now, I don't normally go this small for cards. I'm only doing this because I really want to try this out. Is it that way? No, it's definitely... I can't tell. No, is it that? Well, for all intensive purposes, it's going to be that way because I can't be bothered trying to sit here and figure it all out. There are a few bits that need to be popped out, but this is a pre-cut, pre-die cut design by Crafter's Companion that came in the kit. In case you guys didn't know, we are using kit number 10, which is the Shimmer ink set, the Shimmer ink kit from the Crafter's Companion Craft Club, and this is what we're doing today. Right, so that can go like so. That is perfect. And what we're going to do is, which colours shall we use? I don't know which colours we should use. I'm kind of on the fence about what colours. What colours? Celestial map. Okay. Right, what I'm going to do then is just randomly spritz a bit of Call of the Sea, Celestial Map, and a bit of the pink. And then I should really have done that in my spray booth. I would have saved and cleaned all that up at the same time. Before it dries, where's my spritzy spray? Put some water down. Let's get that nice and wet, and we're just going to run it along. And there we go, we've got a really nice and you do want to use a big brush for that, guys, just so that you can get the nice even strokes. Oh god, I just said something disgusting. So that you can get the nice even brush marks across the card. Right, I'm just going to entice this to dry. Fabric sale is finally over. Yay! I didn't know that, Gaz. Have you done other kits? Stephanie, I've not done any other kits yet, but I am intending on bringing more of the kits in. There we go. Well, I think all I'm going to do is just actually spritz a little bit more of that down. That one seems to be a lot more controllable when it's I'm just going to go. There we go. I just wanted to blend it out a little bit more into the pink. And actually, I'm just going to do like a little extra strip of pink there. I'm going to clean that up. That was cool. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for all the nice things you've been saying, guys. I really do appreciate it. I have been trying to catch up with all of the comments, but you guys know how to talk, so I can't keep up with it all as it's going. So, but I'm really glad that you're all talking, because it's lovely to have and lovely to see in the chat. So there we go. I just added an extra little pink strip on there as well because I thought it'd look pretty. Right. Now, where are we going to go with this? He says. Repeat. Okay. Right. So I'm just going to get the white opaque pen. I've already got one that's already primed, so I'm not going to bother priming another one because that's just a waste of my opaque ink white pens, to be honest. So I'll just use the one that I've got that's already been pre-primed, and I'm just going to make sure there's enough coming out of it. And then all I'm going to do is just knock it no, it's not primed enough, obviously. There we go. It just needed There we go. What I'm going to do is just knock it against the yes, they do tend to get clogged, but I do clear them out after every use. And I don't know if you guys can see, I've got a lot of nice white, so they kind of look like stars in the sky, which I think looks really pretty. I may or may not have gone a little bit overboard with that. And completely covered my glass mat. But I'm just going to quickly clean some of this up because I don't want it obviously interrupting what I'm doing with my live. Right, so we've done that, and then okay. Now what we're going to... This is actually quite a quick, simple one. Because what I'm going to do is go over the back of that with my dotty tape runner. And kind of remember to go with like what I like to call the grain of the die cut. If you go against it, it tends to peel back and rip. And you know, you don't really want that when you're... So it's really just whichever way you can run your tape runner over it, that's going to keep the die cut flat. And it's not going to make anything... See, look like what I've done there. I've just ruined that by running my dotty tape over the wrong way. But it's not a detrimental effect, a massively detrimental effect to what I'm doing. And then it's just a case of lining it up and sticking that on, and there you go. You can see a nice little And then all I'm going to do with my opaque white pen, wherever I've now put it, it's right here next to me, is I'm just going to highlight a few little bits on the I'm just going to give it a few little highlights along there. I don't want to go too overboard with it, but I do want to make sure that I'm giving it a nice little in areas. And hopefully before that dries I can come in with just a damp brush just take a little bit of the harshness off. It's not gone exactly as I would have hoped it was going to, but you know, it still gives that nice illusion of the white. I could actually go in with my, so if I put down my picket fence ink and pick it up with my paintbrush, I could actually just give it a little bit more of a muted highlight, which I really wish I'd actually done before putting down that. Let's put a little bit more. A little bit on his nose, and a smidgy bit down the other end of the antler. There we go. I think that would give it a better look. It's just a shame that I've gone, but you know, you don't have to do exactly what I've did. Everything is a learning curve. Everything is a learning curve. And that's just the Picket Fence Distress Ink white. It's a white ink. And then all I'm going to do is get a piece of white cardstock. And let's see which 4x4. So we want it to cut to 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Because that's mostly black, I'm just going to do a nice white. So 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. I did do 4 1/4, didn't I? Yeah, I did. And just as I did with the behave, you can stand back up, you cheeky devil. I'm just going to go over it with a little bit of call out. I'm just going to set that on there, and because they used one of the sentiments, why was I trying to put that on there? That was silly. I'm just going to use one of the sentiments. So instead of using the whole of Hello Beautiful, they've just used hello. So I'm going to get my Tim Holtz Snippy Snips, and I'm just going to trim off beautiful. we go, just fussy cutting those. Well, it's not even really fussy cutting, it's just fussy snipping. Just fussy snipping. And I'm just going to go over the back of that with my dotty tape and on my dotty roller. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Is that? And there we go. Another really simple, but I think really good card. The only thing I would advise is not to actually use that pen. I would just go in with, if you've got a white ink pad, just paint a little bit of white on there. I feel as though that actually looks a lot better than actually going in with the opaque ink white on that one. So I think we can leave it there. I think we can leave it there, can't we? So we've done three similar but different techniques using the Craft Club number 10 from Crafter's Companion, which is the Shimmer ink sprays. We have used a few extra bits and bobs that I've had lying around as well, but you know, it doesn't have to stick exactly to what comes in the packet. You can mix it up and make it with whatever you want, whatever you've got lying around. But I think that, you know, this looks actually really lovely. So just to do a quick review on everything that we've made this evening. So we have done this lovely tag where it actually looks, I still can't get over the fact that it looks like her wings are flapping every time I change that. Then we've done the stippling, I want to call it stippling technique with the brine sponge. And then we've done just the straight watercolouring with a little bit of help from the white opaque pen with stars for the background. So I think that's really everything that we can, well, it's not everything you can do with it, but you know, it's really fun just to have a little go with it, and it's very mixed media-y. And you can get very different results with very different things from just the one kit and adding a few bits of what you've got in. Right, so he said, make sure you're all here at the end because I'm going to be doing something. Now, in my infinite wisdom, when I went shopping at the Crafter's Companion store, I accidentally picked up an extra one of these. Now, I was thinking that maybe somebody might like it as a prize. Would anybody actually like it as a prize? Thank you very much for saying it's been a fantastic live, Lynn, and thank you, Crafty Stacey Lou, saying that you love the mixed media. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys, and everyone who's been here, and like Sarah for saying it's really pretty, Simon for saying it's beautiful. Oh, you guys are just so brilliant. Thank you so much. Those are all awesome. Thank you so much, Betsy. I so appreciate you saying that. You're an absolute angel. I love you all so much. But yes, I would like to, if anybody would like it. I'm just going to give this away. So if you go to handcraftedbygaz.co.uk and go to my Facebook group, I'm actually going to post this up as a picture on there after the live. And yeah, I'm going to ask a little question. You guys can answer it. And then the person who I think has answered the question the best, I'm going to pop it in the post to. I am opening this to everybody. So if you're in America, you can enter. If you're in the UK, you can enter. However, it will take me a little while to get it out to you if you are in America. So, oh, thank you for saying that, Crafty Stacey Lou. I'm so glad you've done your you're enjoying your card. It's a great prize. I have it. Beautiful stamp. Oh, thank you, Olga. So yes, I will get that out into the post to whoever wins it. So make sure you pop over to handcraftedbygaz.co.uk, which will direct you to my Facebook group. Sign up if you're not a part of it. And you can answer the very easy question that I'm going to put up, and then I'm going to post it to whoever wins it. So I think I'm just going to say thank you all so very much for being here. You are absolutely fantastic human beings. I love you all so much. You've been a fantastic support network for me whilst I've been going through my personal issues at the moment. And I don't think I would be very far without every single last one of you. So, on that note, I'm going to say, once again... Oh, or Australia. Yes, if you want me to get out to Australia, it's going to be a little bit longer. Thank you, Tracy. I'm just going to say thank you once again to you all. You're an absolutely fantastic bunch. I can't wait to see you on Wednesday for the next one. I will pop a post up as for what we're doing on Wednesday, because I haven't entirely decided yet. So I will give you all lots of love, and you all enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are in the world. And thank you again so much for joining me. Bye, guys.